These are some Dinar Guru updates, starting off with Militiaman article quote, "The General Secretariat automation of outlets has raised the value of revenues for 3 years," unquote. Militiaman says the borders will support the value of the currency aside from oil and other minerals, tourism, etc. Mark Z via PDK, the news broke this weekend. There is a $3.71 street rate. Now we need to find out when will it make it to us. I was told contractors should receive this rate around the 15th of this month in actual dinar, not other currencies. Mountain Goat article quote, "Fitch, Iraq's GDP growth is about 8%, unquote. Mountain Goat says for Iraq to have a GDP of 8% is fantastic. Just more proof they are manipulating the rate of the dinar, since at a rate as this, the economy must be moving and with rapid growth. So they don't need to rebuild their economy for the rate to be reinstated. What they need is to stop the corruption, free the economy to a global international economy." Right, Pimpy, referencing Nader's friend's video of the government official being arrested. Pimpy says, "When it comes to these super senior official, timing is everything, especially when there are two political forces that are battling with one another. I have a feeling this individual is somehow, some way linked to Maliki." Article quote, "Iraq security official arrested over bribe, graft bod." Quote, "The unnamed official was caught red-handed receiving the bribe. The arrest was filmed and the video shared on social media showing the arrest in his office as a stack of dollars was pulled out of his drawer. Definitely got people's attention, that's for sure." Samson article, quote, "Soon Al-Kazimi to America." Quote, "Al-Kazimi will go to America in order to participate in the meetings of the United Nations General Assembly to replace the President of the Republic, Barham Salih. The reason for Al-Kazimi's departure instead of Saleh is to discuss political developments and repercussions on the security and economic levels and the opinion of the international community on this crisis." Mark Zevia PDK, there is really great chatter out of Iraq right now with their intentions. They intend to, within the coming days before the 16th and 17th, have their rate out. This is coming out of the CBI. Based on what I am seeing and hearing from the CBI, they're positioning and preparing for it now. There seems to be a concerted push to get that rate out. I believe we're about to see something very positive from the CBI in the very near future. Frank 26, if we do see the federal court passing a law that dissolves the parliament, get on your horse and buckle up really good and gallop as far as you want in celebration. The moment we have a government, things are going to move a lot faster. Sandy Ingram article, quote, "Transparency and financial disclosure is a strategic approach for the Central Bank of Iraq. The Central Bank of Iraq is taking a firm and strategic approach with dealing with the international financial organizations in order to restore confidence in international banking transactions. It's important because it implies the country wants to repair the reputation of reports of inaccurate data and information and play nicely in the sandbox with other central banks and other countries." Caparoni says the only with success growth of Iraq's economy and an increase in GDP can the dinar go up in value, as stated by the IMF article for consultation from 2013. "I can assure you nothing is going to happen with the Iraqi dinar this year, and for that matter, it could take months or many years because Iraq has a lot of work to do, and the continuous infighting does not help matters." Walking Stick via Frank 26, Iraqi bank gentleman in U.S. banks update. U.S. citizens in these CBI satellite in the U.S. banks can exchange currency, but they cannot deposit IQDs in these accounts. No one will have an IQD account because these accounts are in America under American banking laws. All these accounts will be in the form of USDs. The main thing these banks will do is exchange and transfer IQDs for the convenience of Iraqi citizens around the world. Militiaman community comment, "The U.S. and the UN do not bode well for Iraq and our investment," unquote. Militiaman says, "I have the most positive outlook in the end result happening And yes, the CBI is geared for that event. To say that the US and UN is a bad thing, you might better study that a bit deeper. Money will trump everything. This is not only about Iraq. Please consider the recent remote meetings with the largest financial entities in the world this last week. It was about global financial security, and that, my friend, includes Iraq and a basket of currencies in the region. With all that data out there, we are in the best place we have ever been, in my opinion. We know more and have more evidence than ever than that reforms are still underway. Mark Z via PDK, on just the RV front, we have arrests going on in Iraq, and from that, the Tier 3, I have received a number of emails today and from folks in Tier 3 that have now signed NDAs. This started late last week through the weekend. We had some folks that have signed them before, but we are now seeing fresh new NDAs for Tier 3, which involves groups and individuals who have currency with groups. I think this is a positive sign. We are moving forward. Why would they sign fresh NDAs? As we were not any closer. They're letting me know there won't be any talking about any specifics anymore. And Sampson article, quote, Iraq is on the wait list of the countries in the fight against money laundering, unquote. Quote, last Thursday, the European Commission delegation delivered a letter to Prime Minister Mustafa al-Kazimi, which included removing Iraq from the European Union's list of countries with high risks in the field of combating money laundering and terrorist financing, unquote. Frank 26, Iraq Boots on the Ground report Firefly. There was a big sting operation. They set it up. A major lead government official was arrested for taking bribes. They're showing this to us on the news. They're saying there's a major crackdown on corruption. Major arrests are coming as Iraq will eventually cut the head of the snake. And Pimpy says the federal court, of course, once again kicked the can down the road. They're not going to make a decision on this particular situation, dissolving parliament. All right, and Dinar Guru History video update, which can be found on dinardetectives.com. In this video, there is a Mark Moss that shows connection between inflation, exchange rates, and central bank's role. The Turkish lira at 21 minutes and 5 seconds. The German mark, 16 minutes and 20 seconds. Gold at 16 minutes and 26 seconds. Zimbabwean dollar, 15 minutes, 14 and 17 minutes and 6 seconds. This lesson highlights the difference between the Iraqi dinar today and these other currency situations. It's worth the time if you're interested in the dinar increasing in value.